Hey YouTube, Kira Qualia here, bringing you all my Cardfight Vanguard Putzen Schwestern deck profile for post-Dragon Masquerade. I'm probably, butchering that name with how it's pronounced, but this deck focuses on 3 robotic maids and their order, Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning, to hit for some pretty powerful numbers, being able to build up the power of your rearguards for every copy of Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning you have in your order zone. So I decided to go with sort of a lineup for the ride deck and some of the other units to just help search out this order in the deck and be able to also call out the 3 different maids that we run in the deck to utilize the different rear guards with the ride line we've chose for the deck as well. So let's go ahead and get started with the deck profile. So before we get to the actual orders and the units, we'll go ahead and start off with the ride line. For the ride line, I decided to go with Eldeglem or Eledglemma for the card because it can search out the orders pretty well. So for our starter, we're running Short Rest Archite. When rode upon, if you went second, draw a card. And our grade 1 is Monster Soul Searching Archite. When placed by riding from Short Rest Archite, search your deck for up to 1 research card, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. Now the order for the 3 Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning is not actually a research card. It's just a set order for Brantgate. But the card you search out with the Monster Soul Searching Archite is Torrential Energy Research, because this card can be used to search out the monster grade 3, which is our Eledglemma, being the main go-to grade 3 for the deck to have more Persona Ride options and some of the other monsters that we run in the deck. Our grade 2 Sleeping Protector Archite gives us more research when placed by riding from Monster Soul Searching Archite for 1 more research card into our hand. So then we can also deck thin and get into some of the other cards that we want to run in the deck. Our grade 3 is Quaking Ripple Monster, Eledglemma, and along with the copy we are running in the ride deck, we're running 3 additional copies. Once again, just easy search for the monster research order to be able to add to our hand as well when it's put into the order zone, and revealing the top 5 cards of our deck and choosing 2 cards with monster, up to 2, and adding 1 to our hand and then placing the other into the drop zone. So you can search for your Eledglemma and then have your card ready for the Persona Ride. With Eledglemma, when it's placed on Vanguard, you reveal the top 5 cards of your deck, put all set orders from among them into the order zone, and shuffle your deck. So all of the Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning, just from the order zone during your turn, all your front row units get plus 2,000. So if you could just set up the multiple copies that you reveal with Eledglemma, or even just get 1 copy thanks to this card, I would say that is the bonus needed, because then you could just use some of your other cards that we run in the deck to be able to search out for more copies of this card for that plan. And then also at the end of the battle attack, you can choose any number of set orders from your order zone, choose 3 or more with different card names, and choose 1 of your rear guards and stand it. If you chose 5 or more, you can stand this unit and it gets plus 10,000 and drive -2. So with this, you don't really use your Eledglemma for the restand power. It's mostly just used for the additional power and then the boost you'll get with more and more of the orders that you place. If you wanted to try some other different units, you could reduce the number of your research that you have for your monster research to 2, since you'll have the 2 of search with your ride deck, and you can try and put in some 2 other different names, but then the card turns into more of a Eledglemma deck with the added backup of your robotic maids. It's mostly in here just to provide that search power for the main focus of the deck, which are your Putzen Schwestern maid for Brantgate. And then for the grade 2s, the only grade 2s that we run in the deck are 3 copies of Aiding Monster Technian. When it's discarded from your hand during your turn, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck and then choose up to 1 set order from among them, reveal it, and put it into your hand. So it's just more search power, being able to add our set order into our hand and then be able to activate it, depending on if it's discarded for the ride deck search, and then using it that following turn as well. Moving on now to the actual Putzen Schwestern monsters, we are running 4 copies of Putzen Schwestern Weipel. On the rear guard, this unit gets all the following according to the number of Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning in your order zone. If it's 1 or more during your turn, it gets plus 5,000 power. 2 or more, this unit cannot be chosen by your opponent's card effects. And 3 or more, this unit in the back row center column, all of your back row, if it's in the back row center column, all of your back row units get plus 5,000 power. Adding on to the plus 5 power and then the additional power that the actual order provides, you can hit for some pretty big numbers with all of this buildup that your Weepel can give you. We're also running the 4 copies of Putzen Schwestern Moppy. When this card is placed on rear, If you counterblast 1, you look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1, dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning, or 1 Putzen Schwestern brush from among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, and shuffle your deck. So this card allows you to search out our next grade 1, which is Brush, another searcher for a counterblast to 1, and also even the option for the set orders. So even more search to get another copy of this card into your hand. I'd say the biggest weakness of the deck is just if you end up damage checking one of these cards, because then it takes it out of the running for you to search and add to your hand for you to activate. With the last of the 3 maids being 4 copies of Putzen Schwestern Brush when placed on rear. Counterblast 1, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, choose up to 1, dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning, or Putzen Schwestern Weepel. From among them, reveal it, put it into your hand, shuffle your deck. So this card at least allows you to search out the other of the cards, being the pink-haired Weepel, and then just basically completing almost a chain for search power. Aside from Moppy not being able to have a search, you still have the search power for Moppy to search Brush and for your Brush to search Weepel. With the last of the grade 1s that I run in the deck being 4 copies of Violet Dragon, just the Perfect Guard or Sentinel of choice. If you wanted to run Elementary Sanctity, you can just drop 1 copy of this card for it in the deck also. Moving on now to the orders, we are running 4 copies of Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning, one of the more important cards in the deck since it's searched by almost everything in the deck. When it's played, you put it into your order zone, and from the order zone during your turn, all your front row units get plus 2,000 power. This card is also needed just to gain the multiple effects for Putzen Schwestern Weepel, for the power it can provide, and also being able to be unchosen by your opponent's card effects, and then the additional plus 5 that can get as well, hitting for some pretty big numbers when it boosts your Vanguard alone. The more you can have in total 8k power to all of your front rows. So if you Persona Ride on top of the 8k power and the plus 10, your entire front row will have 18,000 power in total, and then the additional power that your Weepel can provide to your units in the back row. The other order that we run is the Torrential Energy Research. Just for the monster search, you can search out the Tectian or the Elid Glemma to your hand using this card when it's just put into the order zone. So you can use these as sort of an early on order activation using our Archite Ride line if we haven't searched into the actual Sister of Cleaning orders yet, giving us the chance to at least be able to activate an order per turn since both of the orders we run are grade 1 orders also. With our trigger lineup consisting of 7 criticals, so 4 copies of Star Aggression Dragon and 3 copies of Cardinal Draco Babazon. If you wanted to run the ability critical, you can just replace your Star Aggression Dragons for 4 copies of that card, and also the 4 copies of the draw trigger, the MLR8 connector for the additional 5k shield. And for our heals, we're running 2 copies of Cardinal Prima and Niblim, and the 1 copy of One Who Pierces Transient Causality, and the 1 copy of Lady Healer of the Creaking World. If you wanted to run all of the Cardinal Prima just for the additional shield without having to rely on the abilities that the other ones provide, you can do that as well. With our over trigger being the Star Dragon Deity Aldo Breath for the double power they can provide, just making all the more power and critical of your front row units even better, with the Dispatch 3 Sisters of Cleaning providing that additional power as well. But that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoy. It's just a little fun deck that I wanted to put together with the newer cards we got from the Dragon Masquerade set as well. And I hope you all enjoyed. And as always, until next time, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. And Kira Qualia out.